Good afternoon. I realized I hadn't chatted with you in a little while, so I thought it was about time to do that today. It's Monday afternoon, June 15th. I had a great morning, massage therapy. Then I had some aquatherapy in my hot tub. And I'm trying to rest my right shoulder a little bit, so I'll talk to you instead of working on my mystery crochet project. Do you want to see what I finished? Hold on. I do have a couple finished items for you today. Seems like forever since I've had something finished. This is just a little 2-strand chunky ribbed hat for charity. 2 balls of Peyton's Decor, 25% wool. Didn't have as much as I thought, so it doesn't really have a turn-up brim unless it was for a child. But I think it would still be nice and warm as more like a beanie. I worked on that because I just needed a little bit of a break from some of the other stuff that I was working on. And I have a lot of Peyton's Decor. So I finally finished this cabled scarf that I was working on for the World AIDS Day. Oh, gosh, I hold it up and right away I see something a little funky. You may have seen this in a few of my other videos and shorts. But yes, it is finally done. And if you want to learn how to do these cables without a cable needle, I'll post the link for that. Up in the corner, that one or that one? Not sure. I haven't done that yet. I did wash it. I stretched it out. I used my blocking wires to try to get it as wide as I could because it was a little bit pulled in with this ribbing, and I steamed it. But you can see that it still wants to revert to its folded in self. That's just the nature of the beast and being acrylic. I could steam it more, but I don't think I will because I run the risk of flattening it too much, or like I showed in the other video, imprinting the pins or something into the scarf itself. So I will just roll it up nicely so it behaves at least for the donation time, and then put it in the bin with the rest. I'll roll it up. It'll look fine. No worries. While I was working on that one, I'd started another one that was a little bit simpler because I knew I was going to be going somewhere that it was dark and I wanted something I could work on. It's not chenille, like it's not like the yarn that's really popular right now, but it looks like a terry yarn, but it's so soft. It's not like terry toweling. It is a very soft yarn. My edge stitches are a little bit whatever, but because I'm using larger needles, it's just not holding its shape on the edges. And stretch it and whatever. Yeah, I think I'm using, maybe that's a 6.5. That's the one downside to these knit pick needles, other than the fact that they're very slippery, as I said in my cabling video, is it's hard to see the sizing. So I'm getting close to done on that one. I want to start something else. Oh, and in fact, I did start something else. I've been watching a video. I saw a V-stitch scarf someone was making, so I was like, give that a try for the next one. So I've already got my next one started. Though I didn't have a ruler handy, so I have no idea if that's 6 inches, but I usually can say that that is 4. I stretch my finger out like that, and it's a little bit bigger, so hopefully it's 4. I'm using this Coats crystalline crochet hook. I found 2 sets of them in a bag of yarn that I was donated. It feels really strange. It feels very light and fragile compared to the other crochet hook that I'm currently using that has a big rubberized grip. So something different. It's a really good idea to have different projects on the go at the same time to help with things like hand pain that I've been having, or shoulder pain, which I wasn't having pain, but when I went to my massage this morning, ooh, she had some work to do. And I think it's because I was doing so much crocheting and knitting, and I had a few band concerts, and some of them were in really tight spots. So I was kind of like hunched up like that. But things are winding down now. School's almost over. Band is over for the summer. And my big project is almost over. So that's what I'm currently working on, as well as one that I can't show. And I realized today that I didn't give the follow-up for my biopsy. If you're only here for knitting and crocheting, you want to leave now, feel free. If you want to hear what finally happened with my biopsy, I'll go into that now. Just let me have a drink. Allergies have been so bad this year. I'm on maximum nasal spray, oral antihistamine prescription. I just got a eye drop prescription, and I'm still suffering. It is really bad. Doesn't help that I like to spend all evening sitting out on my deck. So anyway, back to my biopsy. In the last vlog, I mentioned that I went the first time. She couldn't do it. I went the second time. Well, the first time technically didn't do it because I had already waited an hour. Second time, she couldn't get through my cervix. The third time, I'd forgotten to take the pills to help dilate my cervix. Fourth time, I went and I got up in the middle of the night and I took the pills and I went, and she still had struggles. And she actually stopped at one point, medical instruments dangling out of me, and went and looked up my ultrasound report. I have a couple fibroids. She thought maybe they were blocking things, but they weren't. So she was finally able to proceed with the sample and get the sample, which has come back as totally normal, like I expected. So that's good to know. I had an ultrasound on my finger because I have some sort of knitting injury, and that also came back as normal, although it said that the image quality was only good. So I'm still having some trouble with that finger. I went for my 2 lung tests to check for asthma. I had a really bad summer last year, and they both came back negative. He just says that last year I was probably just having a really bad reaction to the forest fire smoke, maybe an infection, although I didn't feel sick. No one in my family got sick, but I was definitely not in good shape last summer. So he says it's likely just allergies. And if I need to use a blue puffer once in a while, that's fine. But no asthma. So everything's coming back good. And we're getting ready to go on a test weekend for our new trailer, which I blog about in another YouTube channel, which I'll link somewhere up there. And I'm looking forward to the end of school. That's it for today. Yeah. Couple things are done. I've got lots of other thoughts on knitting and crocheting, but I'll save them for another time. If you want to hear what those thoughts are, please like and subscribe. Click that bell so you'll know when I decide to share those thoughts. And come back and see me in the next one. Have a great Monday, rest of your week, whenever you're seeing this. Have a great day.